What gem to drop from 6-link Mana Forge? I don't know what you mean. Just follow the guide, please. Gem can be dropped if no 6-link. For the crit version? I don't know. Maybe life tap, I guess? You're not supposed to do the crit version without 6-link. You got Sniper's Mark. And, can't remember the other one. You're presumably not doing that version of the build without a 6-link. There. I don't understand everybody's obsession with switching over to crit link before they have everything ready. Why do people want to switch over so fast? Stop doing that. I don't know. I mean, at a certain point, obviously I don't mind answering a lot of questions, even the same ones over and over and over again, but whenever you ask me questions that the basis of the question is that you're not following the guide. It's like, hey Snoop, what do I do if I'm not following your guide? It's like, you know, it can make me feel a certain way about that. I'm inclined to just say, figure it out. If you really want to deviate that much, just figure it out yourself. It's kind of like, hey Stu, man, nice build, great build, but I think I can do it better. Oh, by the way, what do I do if I want to do it better? Feels a little bit like that from my vantage point. Yeah. It's not that bad. It's pretty funny analogy though. I mean, I'm being a little silly, but it does rub me the wrong way a little bit. This is the worst expedition, I swear to God. Oh! Alright, you know what? I'm gonna see. Can he do it? Trade down. Red star! Oh! Alright, the secret is to run an expedition you're not supposed to, because I'm running 100% element of what is it? What? Oh! Oh! Oh, I'm cheating. I'm sorry, guys. You weren't supposed to sit out. Turn the stream off. Where? Alt tab. Turn. No. No. Oh shit. Ah. Yeah. I'll be right back. I'll see you guys tomorrow, okay? I'm not feeling very well, and just kind of frustrated with all these stupid questions, and I'm just tired of it. All right, I think I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll probably be on in like a couple days. All right, guys. I look forward to the next YouTube video, though. It'll be out. It'll be a pretty good one, I'm sure. Okay, I actually have no idea how this dropped. Let's figure out how that I don't know how that dropped. It's not supposed to drop in this map. 2.8% chance to drop an additional divination card which rewards basic currency. Oh, redeemed. I thought I was exploiting for a second. We're good. We're good. It's legit, guys. I didn't exploit. I'm just taking advantage of its creative advantage of game mechanics. Okay, I hit the Eldritch Altar. It was available to me. Okay, I thought it was all right. I didn't think it was exploiting. It said I could do it. I'm okay, right? I'm not gonna get banned, right? I get banned for pressing that altar, am I? Okay. Definitely the biggest gamble moment of the league so far. Evidently, bow attacks fire additional arrow on a spine bow. This item level is without 6 link is 7 divines. Probably doesn't sell. It doesn't sell for that, but probably 4 or 5 divines to sell. Tier 2 is minimum 10 divines. If I hit, this is a 50-50 minimum 10 divines. Minimum. And that fire roll is huge. Look at fire roll range is almost perfect. If I hit physical damage tier 7, I'm wasted. I'm just absolutely wasted. I can't even buy, well, actually I can almost buy an Inspired Learning. I'm scared. Gotta do it. My heart's beating fast. It's already 6 linked. Imagine how stupid that'd be to hit the fizz with it 6 linked. Oh my god. I'm dead. I'm just dead. This is profit. This is a 3 out of 4 profit. This is 3 out of 4 profit. Alright guys, wish me luck. So absolute best case scenario, triple tier 2 element damage with an additional arrow, and it chooses the 6 link bow. First recombinated. This is early in the league. This would make a big deal. Oh no, I missed. Oh! What is that? What is that? I can't. Oh, what is that? Oh my god. This is such a weak sauce. So it didn't select the 6 link. So basically I gotta refracture this. Oh no. Ah, God. Imagine the endless circle of fracture, recombinate, fracture, recombinate, fracture, recombinate over and over and over again. I don't have the currency. I don't have the currency to do it again. Here's the thing, though. You know, the funny thing is that tier 2% elemental damage is not bad. I want to actually pop this. I want to see how much worse that is. What's up, everyone? It's New. Welcome back. I figured I'd just post a little highlight in front of this video. Yesterday was a more entertaining day on stream than usual, so that's what you missed if you weren't around. But anyway, this is going to be a day 3 update in a few separate ways. Of course, I'm going to fill you in on where I'm at. I'm now transitioned almost completely into the crit double inspired learning variant of my build, so you get to see what that's like in a little bit of a mapping showcase. I'll show a little boss off, a mini boss anyway for that matter. And the biggest reason why I'm making this video is because I need to post a PSA about the build. It's been brought to my attention from a few of you that there are some interactions that weren't working, a few of you that were ahead of me actually in the progress of the build. A couple of interactions not working. Maybe there's bugs in the game that's making it not function, or unforeseen interactions, as well as, you know, the weapon enchant that doesn't exist like we thought it would. So just want to get some things out of the way, the really big things that we're going to throw some curveballs at you if you're not aware. So if you're following my build especially, please watch this video. This is going to be the place where I post the biggest unforeseen issues of the build. Okay? We're going to start with that. 4 major things that I wrote down here. One is Defiled Forces was initially my plan to have anointed on the amulet. You guys got to see in the build guide exactly why I posted it there. I was a little skeptical as to whether or not it'd be needed because, you know, I knew we'd attack really fast and hit a lot of different times. Well, 2 things. A, we do actually attack fast enough. We don't really need Defiled Forces, I think. And B, it's bugged anyway. So don't run Defiled Forces, run Static Blows. This was the backup choice. This grants you a whole bunch of increased duration on the shock, which is kind of functioning the same way as Defiled Forces did. And hey, if you don't even want to run this, you can run something else and, you know, really deviate from like Whispers of Doom or Assassination for crit multi, whatever you want. But I'm going to stick with Static Blows for now because it is 30% increased damage at all times, basically. And the primary function is to increase the duration of shock significantly so we can keep those full 50 stacks of shock rolling. We'll see in a little mini boss showcase if that's indeed happening, which I think it is. All right, number 2 on the list is the weapon enchant is outdated in the guide. So the weapon enchants were supposed to be Far Shot initially and then Return Projectiles on the following 2. And we had very good reason to believe that would be the case. However, the weapon enchants for bows are much worse, unfortunately, and it looks like the best one might actually be +1 additional curse. But I'm also thinking about doing elusive at the very end game, and I think that might be the best if we're going to continue wearing these boots anyway. If you're going to go elevated onslaught, elusive, tailwind boots, then I guess not. But yeah, I'm probably going to go with elusive in my case. +1 additional curse might be the ultimate in-game play. And up until that point, probably just going to be flat elemental damage. You know, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, something like that. The explode on burning enemies is not going to work well. Yes, enemies will be burning through our minions, but as far as the mapping experience goes, we're going to be blowing up everything before minions hit them anyway. That sort of mechanic is just for the really big, beefy targets, bosses primarily, unique enemies, stuff like that. So, yeah, just basically stick with the simple enchants and we'll figure it out toward the end. Rain of Arrows of Saturation is also not working in the main link, so I have switched out from that. I've been testing Tornado Shot of Cloudburst, as well as Storm Rain. I actually like Storm Rain the most, I think, mainly because it's going to really help with the Unbound uptime, and it's going to help with all those shocks, as well as Hoarfrost, I think more so than anything else, because it's just constantly hitting enemies that are behind me, stragglers that are left behind. It is constantly proccing the Tornado, as well as Sniper's Mark. Anyway, it's serving a huge number of functions. Oh yeah, it also does bleed the enemy. We do need something that's not 100% converted, because we have bleed now as a mastery for extra crit chance, crit multi, the new bleed wheel on the passive tree. So Rain of Arrows of Saturation is not working because we already have Rain of Arrows here on Lionized Paws, and to my understanding, it should be working. These two should be separate, but for some reason, if you have Rain of Arrows in this link, it turns off the Rain of Arrow cast on Lionized Paws, and everything you have linked in there doesn't work. The Hydrosphere doesn't work, Power Charge on crit doesn't work. You may get power charges through Inspired Learning buffs, which might be confusing, but yeah, all of that just essentially doesn't even work. You can see it. You can see evidence of that if you put those skills on your bar. But anyway, just wanted to give you that. It's a bit of a silver lining that Storm Rain actually works really well, and maybe even better than Rain of Arrows would have. Rain of Arrows of Saturation would have front-loaded the crits a little better. But, you know, on the back end, Storm Rain's extremely strong, okay? So go with Storm Rain or Tornado Shot if you want. I think would be the two best choices. Number 4 on the list is something nobody's actually mentioned, but I realized after the fact. The attack speed roll has been removed from utility flasks. That was going to go here on the Quicksilver. So just get movement speed instead. I didn't have movement speed, so that would have been the 6th suffix flask, I guess. But anyway, we can no longer get attack speed, and that would have been really nice to have that as a suffix on the utility flask. Can no longer do it. So that's gone now. So again, that's the Defiled Forces not working properly and not being good enough anyway. Weapon enchants were outdated. Rain of Arrows of Saturation bugged in the Cast on Crit 6 link. Don't use it. And then the attack speed roll, you can sub out for movement speed, I guess. I will have an updated version of the Path of Building for the official League Start build link down below. I've even changed it on the official guide video. So that's been updated as well. So you can see those updates in real time. And I will also link a separate POB that will have my non-crit and crit double inspired learning setups side by side in the you know, the loadouts or whatever. And you can see like what my build looked like right before I switched to crit, and you can see what it looks like now with crit. And then you can even juxtapose that with what the guide says. So you can kind of see where, you know, I didn't maybe make a couple small deviations. Not technically done with the build because I'm missing a Dying Sun that should be here. And I'm missing a belt that I'm not sure I'm going to make, because it'd be pretty hard to beat this, actually. I realize, even with a jewel, it's going to be hard to craft a Stygian Vice that would beat this light belt. So I think I might actually just stick with this to keep it simple, because, you know, this can be fractured and that's not going to be fractured, right? But anyway, that is where we're at on some of the major PSA things. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. For the rest of this video, we'll now do a little bit of a showcase. And first thing I'm going to do is just quickly go over the gear, what I'm doing. Actually going to do a quick gamba, because you should have been leveling some gems in the back end if you weren't already. I got mine up to 20, got them qualityed. And this is basically a 1 to 8 to get a 21-20 elemental hit of the spectrum. That would be really nice if I can hit that. I at least don't want to brick them. 2023 is not worth anything, and dang, I didn't get one. I'm a little disappointed there. It would have been nice to get out of the way. Oh well, guess I'll have to level a bunch more anyway, and it's okay, I can sell these regardless. So I'm just put these here for now, sell them later. Actually, one of them is bricked. I don't even think I can sell it. Alright, so we have a crit bow. Yeah, I want cold, flat cold here. I didn't expect to get bow attacks, fire, additional arrow. My god, you saw it in the highlights. I had a 3 out of 4 chance to fracture it well. I ended up recombinating out of it and then try to fracture again and hit the 3rd best fracture. This makes it easy to finish the suffixes though with a bonus. Bow attacks, fire, additional arrow. And it turns out the percent elemental damage with the tax roll is actually not that bad, but I do really want flat cold. Obviously do, but this is going to be a temp for a while, I think. It is pretty good. The additional arrow, can't overlook that. I don't like the crit range roll, but it's got most of what I wanted out of a crit bow. Pretty good bow. All right, and then I've changed the double corrupted quiver. I didn't like point blank, so I'm going with this instead. And this allows me to get full usage out of far shot. So lost an arrow here. That's okay. Recently got movement speed, lionized paws. These are going to be expensive because of me, unfortunately. But yeah, it's going to help a lot, because the transition into this is weird, because we actually lost some movement speed, lost some life as well, and some of you have been outspoken about your transition to crit not going particularly well, and a lot of you also admit that you did it early, maybe earlier than you should have. I knew to do it very late. I knew because of what I saw when I made the build, and I already feel like people switch out of precise technique into crit too soon anyway, because you need to dump a lot of points in the tree. In my opinion, you shouldn't do it before level 90. Okay, I'm doing it at level 93, and it was still a little tight for me to make the swap at 93 or 94, I guess now. But anyway, like I'm sacrificing life. No, I have even less life than I should. Same gloves as before, same belt. Got a 6-link Kiri's Ire now. Pretty nice. And that means I've lost the Immortal Call cast from damage taken links, so, you know, a little squishier, I guess. A little more glassy, but got 2 inspired learnings and a whole bunch of crits, so I'll do about triple the damage I did before. I'll move a bit slower, have a bit squishier, same rings and all that. Oh yeah, and I did buy a Halcyon. This may be a little overwrought, might not be that necessary, but it is nice, especially with like expeditions who are really tanky, and some of the mobs don't get frozen very easily. And it's nice when you pop the Legion, you do feel the impact, and I can see myself successfully leveling a little bit more, probably on account of the Halcyon being here. New flasks were crafted. Okay, and I did mention a deviation here in the suffix of the Quicksilver, but everything else is basically the same. This flask here will be a Dying Sun very soon. I'm still kind of broke, but I can basically purchase the Dying Sun. I don't actually think I'm going to change the belt, to be honest. Alright, so again, this will be linked in the description below. Everything's going to look pretty much the same. One other thing that was a little unforeseen is the mana's tight too here, because we did have over 100 mana with the no crit version, because I had points over here. But now I only have 69 mana, and I kind of feel like this should be my next point, actually. do kind of run a little thin on mana. Yeah, it's a tight build. The movement speed is not quite as much as I would like. The mana is not quite as high as I would like, and that is the price to pay to dump a whole bunch of points into crit while still sporting a double inspired learning setup. But this is a really nice setup, nevertheless. It's just a little bit, it's got some growing pains, shall we say. You know, kind of got some growing pains, got to get used to it, I guess. Alright, so that'll conclude where I'm at on the build. Let's show you a boss. Let's see the shock situation. I think it'll be most notable, and the damage here. I just said my damage is like triple now, right? So maybe not triple against the boss, but I don't know, we'll see. No more ballista setup. Alright, there goes under. Yeah, I don't have any regen, so this boss... I actually chose a bad boss to test this on. Didn't think I'd get hit by that. Okay. Not the greatest place to showcase this, considering I take a whole bunch of damage over time. That's weird. Am I not hitting him? Yeah, like, just single target. You see, I'm actually having some mana issues a little bit. But, I mean, the far shot, I mean, my goodness, that's doing a lot of damage. That is doing a lot of damage. So I believe, it was so far off screen, I believe Tornado and Hydrosphere respawned, and now it says in the PoE there's 3 integers. That's where the triple damage is coming from. So every arrow that I fire has a potential to hit a single target 6 times. Because you got there and back, plus the AoE from the tornado hits, you got there and back plus for the AoE. Well, I guess it's not going to hit there and back, so up to 5 times, because there's a 1-second internal cooldown on the hits taken for the Hydrosphere. So every arrow has the potential to hit 1 time. It won't be... It'll be like 2 or 3, usually. Just so you're aware. Let's do one map here. And I am doing basically the same strat I did before. Indeed, I'm still running this strat. Well after the honeymoon phase of Legion, but it still proves to be pretty strong with Expedition, Legion, and beyond. And I still get Nico a lot. Yeah, my next point will go here. Nico's not on every map, but still works alright. I'm starting to be a little more disciplined with the Sulfite to try to keep that buff up the whole time. It's kind of an interesting dynamic. It only lasts 1 minute. But yeah. Okay, pop the cooldown, and I never even see the boss till he died. That's a far shot for you. See, well, I'm wearing that point blank quiver. That wouldn't go quite as well. Aww. You can see the tornado spawning a lot. I want you to pay attention to the tornado proc right here. You can see the rain of arrows going off. You can see the storm rain going off. You can see the blink arrow going off. So you can see everything going, and you can get a sense of the proc rates here. So, I mean, you can try some different setups if you want. I really like keeping tabs on those procs to see where it's at when I test other things. I'm still playing the build similarly with the popping the Val Grace and Unbound at the same time. And I mean, now that I've switched to this version, I can unlock full legions within the timer pretty reliably, even without lightning arrows. Superior clear, so to speak. I mean, you can see, this should be obvious to you. If you can just go watch yesterday's video, and you're going to see a pretty significant difference in the damage overall. Somehow missing 1 mob here. You can also see I'm still moving pretty fast, but it's in part thanks to Nico providing me. We're gonna see. You're gonna get to see how slow I move at the end. It's definitely a bit slower when everything's down. Losing Daros's Defiance lost me some movement speed, for sure. Okay, it should be pretty good for the expedition. You can even see right there I was running out of mana when I was trying to fire some arrows. If there's a bunch of stuff on the screen, I don't really feel the cost of shorting myself on mana. Okay, I'm about to lose the 3rd Nico buff. I'm going to slow down a lot here. All right, this is me without packed with energy, but still with most of my movement speed up. I'm actually going to skip that. Pretty safe, not too likely to die. But it has been hard to level beyond 94, I will admit. However, I did just get the Halcyona a little bit ago, so I'm noticing a slight shift in how safe I feel. Now, this is how fast I move across the map, and this is with 10% movement speed enchant on the boots. It's basically the slowest iteration of the build. And it might be something you guys don't like. I mean, I know you guys are really used to running fast. This is part of the downside of the Warden. It's a little bit slower because we're getting more just raw damage. No, Ship docked. Right before making this video, I did get lucky and got an immortal out of a stack deck. I've opened a lot of stack decks, so finally got a good stack deck. Brock, which helped me feel a little bit better about yesterday's really bad RNG, so I'm kind of recording this in day 4. But anyway, that's going to be it. That's it for the video, guys. Yeah, pretty by the numbers. I'm quite impressed with the damage. I know that's doing way more damage than I was doing on this kind of budget, which this is somewhere around the 30 divine budget for the build, I'd say. However, I blew about 25 divines in this weapon, which is overcompensating for that with the bad RNG. But yeah, I mean, just generally speaking, it's somewhere around 30 divines here, which is kind of what you pay on day 3 to set up this build. You're paying the most for everything for the most part. But that's it, guys. Let me know your thoughts. I'm curious to hear what you think the best enchant on the weapon would be. Okay, is it +1 curse? Is it elusive? Is it something else? Let me know if you were unfortunately using these links set up with the Rain of Arrows of Saturation here where it wasn't proccing anything. There was at least 10 of you that I told privately about that issue. So as it was brought to my attention, I'm sorry there were some issues. I couldn't foresee those happening, but this is kind of the PSA video as a day, embedding it in the day 3 update for the build. I mean, it certainly is a build update video. I think this will be the last one of these I come out with. I don't see myself coming out with like a day 4 video. I want to get into some legit farming vids, and I think we're going to start by streaming some stuff tomorrow. So yeah, come on by, see how it goes. Hope we make some decent currency. But that's it for me for now. Thank you for watching, and I hope you're having a great league start. Unlike me. Don't take my RNG. It's not good anymore. Bye for now.